important, and feels wanted and matured. But for some of you, 18 years old is kind of like a forbidden fruit, isn't it? It's enticing. 18, barely legal, but tonight we're gonna focus on the legal. So like at first, like this kid just approached me, and then we were having a conversation, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm 18. I'm a Bali kid. My dad is from Spain. My mom is Indonesian." And I was like, "Jesus, you're from Spain?" You see, for his sake, I just hope like he takes after his dad, like being Spanish man, like passionate, romantic, having a big Spanish armada. But then like this kid followed me around the club for like an hour, like even more, until finally he pulled me to the side and then he said, "Hey, I'm going home. Can I get a kiss?" I was like, "Yeah, fine, here's a kiss. Right, here's a kiss. Go home, it's past your bedtime, good night." Right, but then like I was a little bit disappointed because like this is a question for guys here. Do you guys only have one moves in picking girls at a club?
Yeah.
Jesus, do better, man. Like, ladies, fellow ladies, you all know these moves, right? You be like dancing at a club, right? And then just like this guy behind you, you make out, and then he said, "I'm going home. Do you want to come home with me?" Right? And then after, like, I realized like this kid cannot ask me the following question. It's obvious, right? He's 18, still live with his parents. If I go home with him, I'm probably gonna meet his mom and fuck his dad the next morning. But he's 18. It's kind of like I can't show him the world, you see. But I still have conscience. I still have conscience. Like these fetus just pop out his mama's vagina, and then he thinks it's about to enter mine. Like there's so many what ifs. Like what if I was his first kiss? What if I go home with him? I'm going to be his first time. Like I don't want to be his first chlamydia. But yeah, hey, for some of you might know, I just moved to Bali, right? There's nothing to be cheered about. Just moved to Bali, and being here for like a month and a half, it just made me realize one thing, thinking about what happened to me at the club, this party with my friends. It's easier for me, if I want to get laid, it's easier for me to go to any club rather than hop onto my Tinder. Believe it or not, my Tinder is dry right now. Maybe it's partially my fault because I put "I'm a stand-up comedian" in my bio. Some of guys, like most of guys, might be like hesitant about it, They will come to me like, "Oh yeah, I don't want to end up to be one of your set." I was like, "No, I will not do that." And I do it anyway. But not this dude, right? There's this dude, like, I've been seeing him often, twice. And if you were here last week, I did not talk about dick jokes or sex jokes last week. Right, and then he was here, he watched me, after the show, he comes to me and was like, "Oh, I thought you're gonna talk about me. Am I not worthy to be on your jokes?" I was like, "Alright, easy, you narcissistic cunt." Like, we fucked twice. enough for me? And there's nothing to be talking about anyway. I had black dick before. Can't even compare, right? That was a BBC, you're an ABC. An average bullet cock. And then you know what this man did? He comes to my house. He comes to my house and then he did something so typical. You know, you can tell how someone is American without telling that he's American. He didn't take his shoes off. I know, like, what kind of barbarians are you? Well, at least he didn't sleep with his shoes on. Just the socks. He said socks stays on while having sex. Which is weird because he didn't put any condom. And being like, well, when he's being American, he pulled out too late. And left a mess for the next guy to clean up. So yeah, you know, but hey, I have my period now. Happy no baby days, you know? And then I think it's more, that's why I feel like it's more sacred to have your period here. Like, when you're having like period, especially in Bali, it feels like a sacred sacrament. It's not like because your chakra aligned with your moon in the star. I think it's more of a because it's your triumph against a weak pull-out game.